Hello, Michael here with another Renderman 22 tutorial. Today we're going to be having a look at using the denoise feature for Renderman for creating denoise outputs when you do a batch render. So I've got a little scene here set up already, but the first thing we're going to do is actually enable GPU denoising. So it's not on by default and it'll only work with certain graphics cards. I think any GTX or NVIDIA card will work. I'm not sure about AMD's in general. You'll have to check. I use a GTX 1070 for reference. So if you want to compare times, that's what I'm using. So we just need to edit a file in your Pixar folder. So you need to go to Program Files, Pixar, Renderman Pro Server 22.5, or whatever version you're on, lib and denoise. And you'll have a file here called default filter, and I'll just open that up. I'm just going to open that up with Notepad++. Now, I'm using Notepad++, but you can just use regular old Notepad, that's fine as well. What we're looking for here is we want to scroll down. We've got this line here. We're just going to add in some text on the next line exactly as follows. And I will try to remember, if I haven't, just remind me. I will put it in the description so you can paste this in exactly as it reads here. It is also available in the docs if you want to grab it from there. Now, it is a good idea to make a copy of your original file just in case you mess something up before you do this. Otherwise, you can save this, and I've already created mine, so I'm just going to click out of this. Alright, so back in mine, I'm just going to do a quick IPR just for reference. Okay, so you see I have got some just basic geometry here with a bunch of colors and a lot of noise at the moment. I've just got a single light source with a dome light. Now, to get rid of this noise, what you could do is go into the settings and you could go into sampling, and you could kick your sampling in the guts, give it like 512 or something like that, and spend 5 minutes rendering a frame. Or you could use denoising with a much lower sample rate and get your render done much quicker. So that's what we'll do. We'll go over to AOVs, and we're going to do it for our beauty pass. You can do this for other passes as well. I'll show that in the AOV tutorial. For now, let's just have a look at the beauty pass. So select that, scroll down, select denoise, and if you are doing a animation, you can use cross frame, otherwise single frame will do the trick. Now that you've got that enabled, when you IPR, you can use the denoise preview, which is hotkey N, and that will just give you a preview of what the denoise may look like. It's not going to be exactly spot on as to how the denoise works. So this is just this is an AI's interpretation of how the denoise filter is going to work on the final product, but it works a little bit differently when you actually render it out. So you might see a little bit of a difference between this render and your final render. So it is worth noting, but this is a good way to see how many samples you should use. So I'm going to use a really low sample rate of 16. So now I'll just do a final render so we can look at the finished product. Okay, so we've got our render finished. It's going to take about 24 seconds to render when we do a batch render, plus the denoise time per frame is usually not that big a deal. It might be only a couple of seconds depending on how big the render is and your resolution and things like that. And if we hit the N key, we can see that the denoise is going to take care of most of that noise according to the preview. So if we're happy with that, we can then make sure you have set your project and saved your document. Then we're going to go Renderman and batch render. The batch renderer will come up, and I'll show you a comparison here. I did this one as a little test and I ran it all the way up to 128 samples, and I'll render that one again at 128. I just want to show you the 16 sample version to get started with, and we can compare the two. Okay, so as you can see, the frame took 20 seconds to render and the denoise took 2 seconds, so pretty quick. Let's open those files up. So you will find those files located in your projects file. It's going to be under images, and I usually just go date modified to the most recent one, and you'll have your two EXRs there. Filtered is the denoised and variance is your raw output. You will always get both, and you need the variance to get the filtered. So I'm just going to put those in Nuke. Okay, so here in Nuke, here is our 16 sample render, and as you can see, very noisy. In the areas you'd expect to see noise, the cast shadows, usually the highlighted size isn't too bad. But with that singular light source even, we're still getting quite a bit of noise here, though this is a very low sample rate of only 16 samples. But if we compare it to our denoise version, there is a lot less noise. It's not perfectly clean, but it is a lot better. And if we're looking at the actual resolution, it's pretty clean. Though one thing you will notice is that the values are all out. Now, I haven't noticed this before with any of my other renders, but with this particular one, it could be something to do with the way I've set this one up, or it could be my lights. I'm not 100% certain. I really threw this together quite quick. But to fix it, I just put a grade node in, and that's actually made the values and the shadows basically identical. That's my settings for the grade node. I'm not sure why that is exactly that's done that. I don't think it's reading it incorrectly because it is set as a linear, and this is a linear file. So I'm not 100% certain. Okay, and for reference, here is the 16 sample version, and here is the 128 sample version. This is not denoised. So you can see a little bit of noise on there, but that's actually pretty clean. That render did take about 1.5 minutes, so that's 3 times longer. Here is the denoised version of that, and actually with the grade. So as you can see, we'll compare it to the other 16 sample version. So that's the 16 sample, that's the 128 with the denoise. So that does make a bit of difference, obviously, as you start to use a high sample rate, but still can save a bit of time. And we'll compare the denoise on the 128 to the non-denoised version. So that's the denoise, that's the non-denoised. You can see that the denoised version is a lot cleaner. And with that grade node on there, obviously we get that correction on the colors. You do start to lose a little bit of detail with denoise as well, so that's something to bear in mind. There is a really good page in the Renderman docs. Have a look at things that are very thin. You'll notice they start to disappear as you compare the denoised version to the non-denoised version. So those are things to look out for. You will have to plan ahead for your shots. Alright, and just finally one last little tip. So say you've rendered out your animation or whatever, and you've done 1 million files, but you didn't denoise it. There is a way to get around this. This is particularly useful if you're using a render farm and they don't support denoising on their end. You can do this very quickly if you have your denoise here. So just go into your Renderman 22 Pro server and then go into bin, and you've got your denoise bash there. What you can do is you can run it from here, or you could actually just copy it into wherever your files are. I'm just going to copy and paste it into there. And then you can just drag your beauty variants onto the denoise, and it's going to run that denoise on that file. So then we can just bring those back into Nuke to have a look, and you'll see that that is the denoise version, that's the regular version, and it works the exact same. So that might help you out if you are stuck and you're like, oh no, I have to re-render everything to get the denoise version. Not necessarily, that's a quick way around it. So I just thought I'd throw that in there because that's actually something that I've used previously for an animation I did a couple of years ago, where I was using a render farm and they weren't denoising it on the farm, and it takes 1 million years to download anything off a farm in Australia, so I wasn't going to send it through again. So that is pretty much all there is to it. If you liked the video, make sure you click the like button so other people can find it on YouTube, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, as I do a video like this every week for all sorts of CG software. If you'd like to check out my work, make sure you check out my Instagram, link in the description. That is it for now though. Thank you very much for watching, and happy rendering.